Hello, hello, hello. Here we go with another video. So exciting. October 19th, 2023. I will say this, I have had a little bit of difficulty dropping the video right on Thursday because this is the Sunday morning message on Thursday. Sometimes it's difficult on YouTube to get it to come up when I want it to. So I just keep putting them forward once a week. Yeah. So, we're doing a new series. This is the series for October. It's called The Greatness of God, The Greatness of Love, and God is Love. Yeah. So this series is about this particular share is about what is it like living in the greatness of God and resting in the greatness of love. What is it like? Well, First Corinthians 12:4 states and shares with us that love is patient, love is kind, there's no envy, there's no boasting, we are without rudeness, and we don't have arrogancy. And First John 4:16, listen what that says. Whoever lives in love lives in God, and God lives in them. Beautiful, right? Yeah. So, what's it like? That's the thing. That's what we're going to share about. What is it like? Well, first thing, we're led by God's work. When we're living in this lane of love and living in the lane of God and this greatness, when we're just living in it, and resting in it. Well, basically, the things that we used to do, they go kind of behind on our list, and God goes in the forefront. And it's simple things like you might even be in line and see an older person or see someone that only has one package, and you would normally say, well, I'm busy, I was here first, I'll go, and I got places to go. But when you're resting in the lane with the Lord and resting in love, you might let a person go ahead of you and say, hey, go ahead of me. You got less, or you're older, let me let you go. I'm not in that much a hurry. I can't help somebody. I mean, that's just an example of how you might have at one time wanted to push forward with your own agenda. And when you live in the lane and rest with God and love, you put that stuff to the back. You're about other people. Another thing we can think about is we really become more appreciative of what God has done for us over time. We are so appreciative, and we want to make the world a better place. We want to make as He has done for us. That's what we want to do. We want to do like He has done. And we want to live in it, and we want to do that. We also pray for God to show us our gifts. We want to see what it is that He wants us to do. What are our talents? Make them visible to us, And Romans 12 says we have gifts. And there are many different gifts. What I have might not be the same as yours, but we all have gifts. We're put here with gifts. And we also are humble and sincere. And Romans 12:2 states, we are sincere and we mean it. When we do loving things for people or do kind acts, it's not to show off. It's not to say, oh, look at me, look at me. It's about really being sincere and really meaning it. And another thing, that God shows us what to do in our life, in our day to day, and in all our situations. And we might not always understand what He's trying to show us, but we do it because we know He gets it right. God makes sure we act on the right things. Yes, He does. And when we walk in God's light, His eyes, guess what they are? They're our eyes. His eyes are our eyes. And that light of God shines in our persona. And as we walk in God's light and in His rightness, it shines on our rightness. It shines on the right things that we do. And God will continually steer us away from wrong and bad things that aren't good for us and direct us to right things that we need to be focusing on. God will guard and protect us when we believe in Him and His Son. And Psalm 31 verse 5 says, God is the way. Love is the way. God is the way and the truth and the light. And that light shines on us. That is His way. Because we who dwell in God's ways and in His greatness, we have that light. We have that light of love. That's what it is. It's a light of love that we just rest in, and it just shines on us. And let me tell you something else. As we continue our lives on this love, godly journey with an open heart and trying to do rightness on purpose, God will continually give us more works to do. He will continually. He just keep on giving you stuff, and you weren't even planning to do it. You were just open to whatever greatness He had for you. So I'm going to do, before I close out, I'm going to give a little everyday story of what's been happening here with me over the last few years. And my everyday story is that I have tried to be a good person the best I could, but I've been sinful like everybody, you know. And so for 20 years, this thing called Friday Love happened. It was like taking things. It was all about loving your neighbor, taking little packages that you put together and drop them around in your neighbor, and doing this because so grateful for my family was so grateful for being blessed to be where we were and being safe and having a great family. And so this Friday Love thing went on and on. It was about loving the neighbors now, for real. And so then the next thing I know, the partner transitioned out, and then the parents transitioned out, and all the kids grew up, you know. And the grandkids, there weren't really, right then there weren't a lot that were, they were moving on in their lives, you know, getting more into young adulthood, you know. So all this stuff is going, and I'm crying out to God. God, everybody is moving forward. God, they're moving on in their lives. God, how am I going to do this? How am I going to get this all this stuff purchased that's been going out to people, and get it cooked up and get it delivered? How am I going to do this? I mean, this is, I want to, God, but my heart is open, God. I want to do this, God. I want to do this. It's so special. And guess what happened? COVID happened. Right after I said that, COVID happened as I was asking God to show me and help me. And so everybody was running around looking for love. Everybody was running around looking for love. I actually had to go up to the town where I live, and they wanted me to talk about what love your neighbor is. What is this love thing that was going on? Because we want to know about it, because hate is reigning. I mean, that's just like a sidebar of what happened, but that really did happen. And so I'm saying, so Friday Love grew. It grew into this message. I wasn't doing this message like this. This message started off as a text, you know, just a text. Then it moved to Marco Polo, and now it's moved to a YouTube station. It wasn't my plan. It's just being an open heart to God, an open heart to God. And then I told you about them kindness bags. I wasn't doing 2 bags a day, getting out in the community like a witness or something, you know. But now it's happening, you know. It's just automatic. It's like closing your eyes and opening your eyes and doing the right thing. You know, this is what God has given me to do, given me the ability. And then my heart is open to walk that walk and take them steps. So I'm just sharing that little story with you. So God will continually give us more works to do. He will always give us more works to perform. We just have to stay open. Don't think you'll ever be bored, or don't worry about what's coming next, because God's always bringing it, especially for those who trust and obey in his word and fear um, mistreating him, you know, and disrespecting God, and not really honoring the greatness of his love and of his godliness. So I'm so glad to share this with you. And this is the Sunday morning message. So everybody just step into it. Step into it. I'm saying step into the greatness of God. Step into the greatness of love and watch it all unfold, you know? Sunday morning message on Thursday. Drink your water. Eat your whole grains. Work out the best way you can. Thank God for the possibilities. We love you. All righty. Till next time, I'll be talking to you. Bye bye.